How's your baptism? We have about 5, 10 in a year. What? 5 or 10 in a year? You guys better get up your butt and do something else. Do something. It's too slow. They have baptism almost every week in Louisville. Let's get nearer to this congregation in Singapore, the Lavender Church of Christ. I'm quite close to them, and on the 10th of next week, I'll be preaching there in Louisville, Lavender Church of Christ, and they are in somewhere near, I think Albert and Adrian have been there. They are only about 6 years old congregation, even though members have been around for a while, from Momin and from Lim Martin. Right now they have about 100 members attending Sunday worship. And being only a officially 6-year-old congregation, they are now supporting about 5 full-time preachers in Cambodia. And they make members go to Cambodia almost every month to visit and to support their 5 full-time preachers in Cambodia. And they are a happy group of people. They have done a lot of things right. But in my opinion, they have done this point well. Because the leaders one day decided to call the entire congregation together and chat and discuss what do you want the members or the Lavender Church of Christ to be known for. And so all the members brainstormed, and finally they came up with this vision. Every member wants their congregation to be a joyful person in oneness after God's own heart. So now at least every member of the Lavender Church of Christ knows what they ought to do. Every member knows what they ought to do. They are supposed to be a joyful person. And so the leaders will do their best to teach and to preach sermons that will help them to be a joyful person. And they are supposed to be united as a church. With minimum disagreement, with minimum fighting. They want to be united. And then as an individual member of that congregation and to be as a corporate body of that congregation, they want to do everything that is according and after God's own heart. So every member of that congregation knows what they are supposed to do. Joyful, united, doing things after God's own heart. And they are doing best, and they are doing their best to grow. And they keep reminding their members and saying, as a faithful steward of Jesus, with humility, gentleness, and self-examination, I live a holy life. Reaching out to those beyond my circle, sharing the gospel in season and out of season, edifying the brethren, serving others, ever praying with the heart of the servant. So every member knows that some of the things they need to do is to live a holy life. They need to reach out, evangelism. They need to share the gospel in season and out of season. They need to edify the brethren. They need to serve those who are outside the church, especially those who are in need. And they should always do their best to fall down on their knees and pray with the heart of the servant. Again, I ask the question, where are you going? Ipoh, Church of Christ. Malaysia is supposed to be a great country. We love this country so very much. But there was a big fight in 1969. So the leaders of this country gathered together and said, let's do something. And so they formulated the Rukun Negara. I remember, because at that time I was in Standard 3. Every day we have to memorize the 5 principles of Rukun Negara. The 5 principles of Rukun Negara. Do they still do that in school today? Somewhere along the line, the politicians have hijacked these 5 powerful principles. Can you imagine what will happen if all the politicians were to be so genuine for overall welfare of this country, and every citizen of this country were to to do something about and to truly follow these 5 rukun. This is not the rukun, okay? This is the purpose of formulating the purpose of having this 5 principle. Okay, and the idea is fantastic. I tell you, the idea is just fantastic. The purpose and the goal is fantastic. Okay? Woo. Okay. We have to believe in God, kepercayaan kepada Tuhan, kesetiaan kepada raja dan negara, keluhuran perlembagaan, kedaulatan undang-undang, kesopanan dan kesusilaan. If every member of the Malaysian citizens were to honestly uphold these 5 principles, Malaysia would have overtaken Singapore anytime. Anytime. And so, may I encourage you, the leaders, what do you want the Ipoh Church of Christ to be? And what chart, what direction, or where are you standing? Even billion-dollar company knows this. So every individual, every employee of this great company are told in no unreserved manner, they have to respect individuals and to provide service to all customers, and they have to strive for excellence. So every employee knows that. This is just a side track. I am just stressing and overstressing the need to have direction for any group, especially here in Ipoh, so that members know what to do. Members know exactly how to behave and what course of action to take. Recently, they resurfaced the road in front of the church, and so I thought that this is a great example. So they resurfaced the road, and being Malaysian workers, being what they are, they take some time to draw the line. But at night, it's very tough for the drivers. This one is the same. I just darken it just to give you to stress the point of it is very difficult to drive at night when there is no clear direction. And so a few days later they draw up the line. So now it's so much easier to drive. Where to turn, where can turn, where cannot turn. Okay? And even when the lines are drawn, and even at night, it is still so much easier to drive for everybody. As versus no line. So when an organization has got clear direction and clear charts and extremely focused, clear in what they want to do and where they want to go, then generally members know what to do. Then you won't have a problem like what the people during the judges' time had. There was no king and everyone did what was right in his time. So I am appealing to you. I am asking you to consider to chart something that is very clear not for so much for the leaders of the congregation, but for the ordinary members. Because many a time it is the ordinary members that bring in their friends. It is the ordinary member that gets things done in the church. So I want you to consider having a good, clear, powerful vision and mission statement. It is a statement that clearly defines what the team wants to achieve within a time frame. It defines the goal and the destination. And it serves as a beacon and keep everyone on track. Everyone in Lavender knows that their job is to be a joyful person, to be united as one, and to do things and to live life that pleases God. Every member knows that. Vision and mission statement must be, when you decide it must be inspiring. Move people to act. It must be memorable, long remembered. You know the 6 Crown cooking oil. What was their song? What was their tagline? 食嘢食味道，用油用黃冇. How long was that statement, that advertisement made? Easily 30 years ago, correct, Henry? Easily 30 years ago. And some of us still remember that tagline. So it must be long remembered. And then it must be granny proof. Granny proof means from the youth, standard 1, right up to the grandmother, everybody in between must understand that mission statement. One of the finest mission statements that ever was in my mind, ever mentioned, was done in America. Because in May 25th, 1961, due to the space race, President John F. Kennedy came up one day and made a powerful statement. And the statement was called the Moon Statement. To land a man on the moon before the decade ends. To land a man on the moon before the decade ends. Extremely inspiring. America wants to land a man on the moon. Never done before. And until today, those of us who live around that time can still remember. And everybody understood. Not only the American public were inspired, the entire world was inspired. America will land a man on the moon before the decade ends. And that statement became a reality in July 21, 1969. Come together as a congregation and chart the statement and see which direction you guys want to go. And hopefully there will be very clear cut, and everybody in Ipoh here will be excited, know what to do, know how to do, know when to do, and hopefully and prayerfully, okay, in no time, the church here will grow and grow and grow and grow. Again, what we need here are leaders. We need leaders. We need leaders who can inspire. We need leaders who can lead. And we need leaders who know which direction to chart across. You may be a man of this congregation. Strong man, young man, whatever man. You may be a leader in this congregation. And here, either one. Okay? Joyce. Anybody. Because you can lead the ladies to do a lot of great things. And we need you. We need you like Zerubbabel and Joshua. There is a problem, there is a job that needs to be done. I will volunteer. I will take the lead. So I hope that 5 years down the road, or even shorter than that, Ipoh will be a shining beacon. When everybody mentions Church of Christ, Ipoh will stand up. Ipoh's name will be mentioned first because of what you guys have done. Just like brotherly love, everybody talks about Thessalonians. Just like searching the scriptures, everybody remembers the Bereans. Just like generosity, everybody remembers the Macedonians. So, why not? The leaders, again, I challenge you guys to do something. They probably go back to the drawing board, and 5 years from now, when everybody say, Church of Christ, Ipoh. The fastest growing Church of Christ, Ipoh. The finest example of Church of Christ, Ipoh. Why not? Why not? May the good Lord have mercy on us and help us as you continue to serve Him well here in you. This morning, if there is any need, if you are not a Christian, and if you attended the camp, we encourage you to be a Christian, to be a child of God. And if somebody has been studying with you, probably now is the best time to render obedience to the gospel call. Pool is waiting. And when you rise up, you have this great family, God's family that you can count on, that will support you, that will help you, that will see you through many of your challenges. And if you are a member of the church that will have been in and out, up and down, probably it's time to say, hey, I want to do something for the church. I'm getting older. You know why Richard Lee decided to become a full-time worker? He's already about 55 when he decided to be a full-time worker. He was doing well in his career. He was thinking, I'm already getting old. I'm getting older and I'm getting weaker. I want to do God's work. I want to do as much as possible church work before I pass on to the other side of the throne. And so if you are a member who wants to say, God, I want to come back and I want to do something and I want to start from zero again, probably this is also a good time for you. You got good people here good faithful members who can pray for you. Albert, King, Alan, so many who can pray for you. Why don't you come as we stand and sing the hymn of invitation? Because there is a great day coming.